So there's this scientist from a super primitive tribe, right? And he decides to study a mystery, a train. After weeks of research, he comes back to the chief like he just invaded Mars. I have discovered how trains car move. The chief says, amazing. How? The scientist goes, it moves because it's attached to the car in front of it. It pulls it. The chief is impressed. For exactly 2 seconds. Okay, so what makes that car move? The scientist goes back, studies more, and returns. The second car moves because it's pulled by the third car, he announces. And what makes that car move? Asks the chief. The scientist goes back to the field. This continues with the third car, then the fourth, then the fifth. And after a while the chief is watching him, like, bro, are you researching, or just counting? Eventually the chief asks the obvious question, will we ever find what moves the whole train? The scientist gets offended. Why are you so obsessed over one car we haven't explained? We've already explained 100. That's nearly all. Well, in a nutshell, this is also the history of science. First, the world is flat. Then, okay, it's round. Then, wow, there are other continents. Then, other planets. Then, other galaxies. Then, the Big Bang. Every generation is like, guys, we're this close. We just need one more step. And don't get me wrong, science is brilliant. It explains each car beautifully. But there's still the awkward question at the front. Why is there a train? Who built it? Who laid the tracks? Who hit the universes on switch? Because if the universe is one giant chain of causes, at some point you either get to the core locomotive, or you're basically saying, this train moves because another part of it moves it. And that's not a theory. That's just denial, with better vocabulary. You see, at some point, every train needs an engine, a locomotive. With respect to the entire reality, that's the part many of us call Ha-Shem.